What's up, Misfit family? And today we're going to be talking about emotional abuse. Inspired by the Netflix series, The Maid. For those who haven't seen it, there are spoilers, so be aware. Not many people understand what emotional abuse is, or even are aware of the importance. Because of this lack of awareness, emotional abuse is a lot harder to identify. A lot of people who lack this understanding typically stay in the relationships that they're being abused and manipulated, or they themselves are the abuser, and they cause emotional and psychological damage. So why The Maid? The Netflix original series, The Maid, is about Alex, a single mother who turns to house cleaning to make ends meet as she escapes an abusive relationship and overcomes homelessness to create a better future for her and her beautiful daughter. I think this series represents a lot of females who are in abusive relationships and find themselves wanting to get out and wanting to leave. I think it shows the pain, the heartache, and how challenging it actually is when you're in an emotional abusive relationship.
Why are you here?
We don't have anywhere to sleep tonight.
So you're homeless.
I had a home and then we left it.
Do you want to call the cops now? It's not too late.
And say what, that he didn't hit me?
Just because someone didn't put their hands on you does not mean that they're not abusing you or manipulating you. Here are the signs if you're being emotionally abused. Number 1, overly criticizing.
Dinner's almost ready. Irish stew. I haven't had a drink today. Come on. Alex. I'm trying here. Hey.
I'm not staying for dinner. I'm getting Maddie and I'm leaving.
I went to a meeting today. Ethan took me.
Make a fucking mess!
You need to eat. Come on. I'm surprised Maddie was at your mom's. Is Paula finally on meds?
She was only supposed to be there a couple hours.
You know how much I love Paula. I do, but, leaving Maddie with her? I thought we had an agreement.
My mom's good with her for short periods of time. They, dance around and do art projects.
Where were you? Nobody could find you.
Got a job on Fisher Island and I didn't have service.
Job? How are you gonna work? Who's gonna watch Maddie? Not your mom.
I'll figure it out. It's my business, Sean, okay?
Could you eat a little? You're hurting my feelings.
I'm not eating your fucking stew, okay? Stop asking.
All right, you're officially freaking me out. Going AWOL in the middle of the night, leaving my child in a dangerous situation with a batshit crazy person. I mean, are you feeling okay?
That's not funny. Don't do that.
Overly criticizing is more so overly indicating the faults of someone or something in a disapproving way. Sometimes it's like they have a list of all the things you're doing wrong or what's wrong with you. Though the criticizing is usually obsessive, the goal is to humiliate you, make you doubt yourself, or often be what they want you to be. Change who you are to meet their needs and their wants. The ultimate goal is control. Remember that when it pertains to emotional abuse. The ultimate goal is control, but there's different ways to go about it. Now, overly criticizing can be very subtle, alright? Just because they're not throwing plates and forks at you like Sean was doing in the movie. That's her boyfriend, Sean, the dude that Alex was talking to. Just because they're not like Sean doesn't mean that they're not abusive, alright? These are just basically examples, of course. So even if it seems like they're just asking questions, but with a few judgments here and there, remarks here and there, if it still stings, if it still hurts, if it's still something that's very personal, and they're either making a joke about it or a statement about it, and it hurts your feelings, let them know. Set boundaries. Tell them that what you're saying right now is hurting my feelings. You're going too far. Alright? You're crossing a line. But if you tell them that and they don't do anything about that, red flag. That red flag. Because sometimes people can be overly critical, but that's how they grew up and all this other stuff. Not to say that being emotionally abused is okay, because that is definitely a part of emotional abuse. It's just that sometimes people aren't aware of their over critiquing. So let them know, speak up, and maybe they might actually be like, oh wow, I didn't know that about myself. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you for telling me. And then you guys can try to get past it, because sometimes there's certain people that you kind of have to deal with, even if you don't want to. Like family.
What?
I'm not insane, Sean. You're the one that woke me up in the middle of the night in a rage over some dirty fucking dishes and punched a hole in the wall.
I drank too much. I went too far. I went too far. I'm sorry.
I picked glass out of Maddie's hair last night.
I didn't mean for it to be that close to her.
That close? That close to her? Are you serious right now?
You serious right now? Okay, what's the plan here? I pay all the bills. I let you hang out with my friends. I let you move into my trailer. You drink my beer, eat my food. I let you mooch off me. I do everything for you. If you walk out of here, you'll have no one.
I know. I'm well aware of just how completely alone and fucked I am, Sean. But I'm not gonna pick glass out of Maddie's hair again. It's just not gonna happen.
Hey, where are you going?
Part 2. Intentional humiliation. And often negative and threatening comments. Now, this can also go with critiquing, but this is on a whole nother level as far as I'm pointing out all the flaws in you. With sarcasm or hurtful comments, we saw Sean do that to Alex a little bit earlier. Some will even threaten suicide. What I mean by that, look, I'm gonna kill myself if you leave me, or I'm gonna kill myself if you don't do what I'm telling you to do. That is a threat. Now, for those who are suicidal, my heart goes out to you. At the same time, if you are suicidal and you are intentionally telling someone else that you're going to kill yourself if they don't listen or if they don't stay with you or be with you, you are emotionally abusing them. You're using their emotions that they have to you, and you're abusing it so that way you can get what you want, which is for them to stay. And if they don't want to stay, you have to let them go. Now, an actual emotional abuser is someone that isolates you. They can often reject you in public and exploit you for different means and reasons. You often feel used around them, and you often find yourself being alone with just them and not being around anyone else. Alex has now tried to move out, tried to leave, but she couldn't get the proper housing, the proper place to live, and the proper daycare for her child to go. Every time she did, something would go wrong.
There was a scene where her mom actually hurt herself, and it was a very traumatizing experience. And you know who was there to help her through that traumatizing experience? Sean. Sean was there. Yet, in my opinion, I do feel like he took advantage of the situation. Because at times, when you're at your lowest, it's really easy for someone to come into your life, and then all of a sudden they're starting to make decisions for you and doing things for you, right? And well-intentioned some of these characters may be, people have to realize that the only person you can control is yourself. You can't control anyone else. You can't make them be a certain way that fits your needs.
And this is just my opinion, but I do think that Sean took advantage of the situation. And yes, she did need someone to be with her and to help her through the situation, to process all the bullshit that just went about, and to help her with her mom. At the same time, it kind of put her back in the position.
It's a never-ending cycle of abuse, of manipulation.
The controlling behavior is repeated. That's the thing. It's repeated. You end up in the same cycle, in the same scenario over and over and over again. You wake up to them and it's like, why?
Why am I still here? Why am I putting up with you?
She ends up back in the same boat she was in the very beginning of the series, trying to get away from him, and yet she ends up going into a big circle, going right back to him. Not in the way that she wanted. She did not want this. She had a goal and a plan in place as to what she wanted to do. And then I don't know, it just got all turned around.
Number 3, isolation.
In this scene, Sean decides to take her car and give it back to a friend that literally gave her a car because she needs it so that way she can get to work, so that way she can do the things that she needs to do, which means get away from him.
You didn't do that. You gave it back to him.
Yeah.
No. No.
Look, if he wants to do charity work,
No. No.
he could
Sean,
donate it to the Red Cross.
Sean, that's my fucking car. That is my life. That is my only way for me to leave here. Sean, that's
Late
the
for
only way
work.
for me to do anything.
I'm late for work!
I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid. so stupid. We're going on a
Bear hunt.
We're going on a
Bear hunt.
We're gonna catch a
Sean took away her only exit out. She has nowhere else to go. She feels trapped. She feels alone.
Alex? You in there? It's Regina. Hello?
Do you not hear the knocking?
Hello?
Yeah. Can I help you?
Is Alex here?
Who's asking?
Regina. She cleans my house sometimes on Fisher Island. She hasn't shown up in 4 weeks.
How'd you get this address?
Value Maids. Is she home?
Nope. She's not here.
Do you know when she's due back?
I don't.
Well, she left her notebook at my house.
And I was hoping to return it to her.
Give it to me. I'll give it to her.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to overstep, but I was hoping to return it to her in person. Check if she's okay.
She's fine. She's sitting on the other side of this door, shaking her head no at me that she doesn't want to see you. Thank you for coming by.
Can I have it?
I don't like you giving this address out.
Can I have the notebook?
You think I'm gonna steal it?
Sean, can I please have my notebook?
It's right there, crazy. Hey, why is Maddie still in her pajamas?
We're about to get dressed.
It's 4 o'clock. It's fucking embarrassing. Someone's at the...
Guys staying till this long. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. And unfortunately, y'all just are gonna have to wait for a part 2. Thank you.